Good evening, YTPC. Smoking Fred coming at you. Tonight, I've got some Carter Hall, my first time smoking it, in this beat up old cob. I got this as a big old group of estates, and I'm not exactly sure what happened. I don't know if you can see it, but somebody heated that stem up, and it's got like little ripples on the bottom and on the top, and I don't know if someone smoked this thing really hot or what. It also had a crack up here, which I have glued shut, and I mean, it's been smoked well, but my first time smoking this cob too. Probably shouldn't be doing that with a new tobacco, but we'll see what happens. Not bad. Got a real strong nuttiness to it from the burleys. And that whiskey note is very nice. Definitely think I prefer this one over Prince Albert. I had Velvet too, and I think I like Velvet in this about the same for different reasons. Velvet has a little bit more sweetness to it, and I feel like it's got a little bit stronger of a cocoa note. And this one has a little bit better whiskey note to it. And I've had Granger recently too, and that one to me is more of a, if I want something just a little bit beefier, that's just more or less more of a straight burley. But definitely enjoyable. Could definitely be an all-day smoke. But anywho, hope y'all are having a good day today. And I want to have a chat with y'all on FOMO. For anyone who's not aware, hadn't heard that term before, it's fear of missing out. And this morning, my wife had said to me she was feeling a little anxious. And I'd asked her why. And it was a lot to do with all the Black Friday ads she'd been spammed with in email and on social media. And worried about, missing out on a great deal on something. And we had a little chat about it. And I calmed her down a bit, I think. Not sure 100%, but I did do some Black Friday shopping, but it wasn't for anything I don't need. And I didn't make any purchases that are going to put me in financial trouble. Also, 'tis the Christmas season, so I figured it'd be a good time to break out a Christmas mug. I'm a cat person, if y'all didn't know, so I got the Meowie Christmas mug out. Technically, it's my wife's mug, but anywho, I've made a list on my phone throughout the year of things that I would like to acquire if I see a good deal on it. And I found some good deals on some of that stuff on Black Friday. My work computer just got upgraded to Windows 11, and they have the Windows camera unlock available. Which, yes, the laptop itself does do that, but the way I have my office set up upstairs, I don't have my camera easily where it can see me. So I found a camera that does the Windows unlock, and purchase that. I also had some birthday gift ideas for my wife for not birthday, Christmas. So I had purchased those items. But there's a lot of information out there, and it can get overwhelming. And it's no different in the tobacco world with all these small batch releases, and we can thank the FDA for that. I'm not going to go delving too deeply into that. But just be aware it has to do with our government. And the way that they approve tobaccos. A lot of these companies, they don't want to be doing these small batches. They'd rather just have it available all the time. But roadblocks, etc., the government dragging their feet, it just doesn't work. So small batches are the way around. But there's so many of them. I mean, I was hoping to get some Krampus Notch from Sutliff last week or whenever it was. I just really like the tin art. I missed last year's. And an hour before the release, I was looking at it, looking at tobacco pipes, and added a few things to my cart to make sure I'd be over the $100 to grab some free shipping of some other tobacco I want to stock up on. And I was at a job site. I got busy and missed it. All of a sudden it's like 1:30, and I go to check and it's sold out. And I was chatting with some friends online, and they said it was gone in 20 minutes. So, but I'm not gonna fret over it. I wasn't a pipe smoker back when McClellan stuff was out, and I've gotten my hands on some of that at prices that I'm willing to pay, not what the market price is. And it's good stuff, but there's still plenty of other stuff out there that I enjoy just as much, if not more. There's a local pipe shop near me that one of the guys was working there as a pipe smoker. He had asked me if I wanted to buy some McClellan Christmas cheer. And at the time, I hadn't even tried it. I said, how much? I said, 100 gram tin, $200. I think my jaw hit the floor. I politely said, no thanks, I'll pass. And he quickly came down to 175. And I said, I understand where you're coming from with that. And if you can get that for it, great. But I am not willing to pay that much for a tin of tobacco that is, number one, not easily attainable, and number two, I don't even know if I'm going to like it. So, and you're like, well, what would you be willing to pay for it? I said, I'm not going to insult you. Like, what I'm willing to pay for it is way less than what it's worth out in the market. Because my price point for that I mean, I'm down around $50. Now, now that I've had it, that might change a little bit, but um, I also look at spending $200 on 4 ounces of tobacco versus how much of something I really enjoy, like Cowboy Coffee from Country Squire. Instead of just getting 3.5 ounces of that for $200, I think I could get 3 pounds of it. So, whatever, 15 times more tobacco for the same price. It's just not worth it to drop that kind of money. So I just want to encourage y'all. I mean, as most of y'all that are pipe smokers and that watch my channel, I assume, are folks that have learned how to slow down and think about things before you react, and don't just jump on the bandwagon right away. So I doubt y'all are gonna jump on these Black Friday deals and buy stuff you don't need and whatnot, but I just want to encourage you to remember to, things happen for a reason. And there's been deals out there that I have passed on, and a better deal for a similar product, potentially superior product, has popped up. Or, said product had a major recall. I do a decent amount of research on products that I buy. When I buy a vehicle, I make sure it's got a really good safety rating and that maintenance costs aren't through the roof. I mean, I do love driving a BMW. I've driven a couple. They are fun to drive, but when it comes down to the maintenance cost for them, the maintenance is high, the parts are high, and I'd rather have something that the cost of ownership ain't so bad. And then I also heard a joke many years ago that also makes me not want to ever own a BMW. And that is, what is the difference between a porcupine and a BMW? And the difference is the porcupine has the pricks on the outside. So there's a stigma around BMW drivers. So that's another thing that's also held me from actually owning one. But to be fair, the bigger issue for me is the maintenance cost down the road. But anyway, that's just some quick thoughts from me on that, and encourage y'all to keep a level head and not overspend this holiday season. And I mean, back with me and my ex-wife, we got so anxious around the Christmas season trying to figure out what presents to get for all the people we were going to go see. My parents, my sisters, her parents, her sisters. And gosh, about 20 years ago now, we kind of talked to everybody and said, hey, instead of going out and trying to buy a $20 to $25 gift for everybody, why don't we just not exchange gifts, at least for the adults, and enjoy the presence of our presents? Because we're all spending $20 to $25 per person on crap that they likely don't need, probably don't want, and may have to figure out how to return it after the fact. So we're handing each other errands to do. Now, it's not to say if I see something that I think is really cute that one of my sisters will like, I'm going to pick it up. I'm just going to give it to them. It's not going to be a Christmas gift. It's just because. And it took the stress out of the holiday. And I still, get presents for the young ones. But just don't worry about the big boys and girls. And it's, I'm definitely happier about that. And I haven't given Carter Hall a try. I mean, it's good stuff. It's got a nice flavor. It's not complex, but it was $40 for 14 ounces. I bought it before Black Friday sales. I should have waited, but I didn't. But for 14 ounces of tobacco, for that price, it's definitely smokable. Got a decent flavor to it. You can see why Josh over Gentry Vintage, if you haven't checked him out, definitely go over and have a watch some of his content. Definitely enjoy sitting down and having a pipe with him. But yeah, it's definitely decent. And I think Four Noggins and West Virginia Smoke Shop have it available in 1 ounce or 2 ounce samples, so to speak. Which, 1 ounce is a decent sample. You should be able to get between 7 to 10 bowls out of that in an average pipe. But, it's definitely some decent stuff. But, nonetheless, I'm just kind of rambling on here. I'm going to wrap this up, finish up the pipe. Got a little bit of reading I want to do. And I want to encourage y'all, be a better person today than you were yesterday. Be a better person tomorrow than you were today. Smoking Fred, out.